Right now, Mayor Tom Erdmann for the city of Carrington joining us on Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program. Thanks, Mayor, for joining us here. And Mayor Erdmann checks in once a month to fill us in on the city council meeting and let us know what's all happening with the committee reports and the regular agenda and everything. And well, Tom, before we talk about this week's meeting, it's still pretty decent weather out there. The combines are rolling, so it's moving right along again, right?
Well, right. No, it's been extremely nice fall for harvest and for golfing and outdoor recreation. In fact, I played 18 holes yesterday and I'd like to play today, but we got some other functions going on. But yeah, this is October can be a real fun time of the year. And then the next time you turn around, there might be a foot of snow on the ground. But anyway,
Yeah,
but no, thanks for having me on your show,
yeah,
Greg. Greatly appreciate it.
yeah, you bet. And thanks for taking time and chatting with us here and letting us know what's all happening. So the city council meeting, what happened this week on Monday, the 14th, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. I guess mainly there really wasn't anything on the regular agenda, so we kind of jumped right into the committee reports. And of course, the first off is Ken Wong, and the fire chief is first on the agenda. And we had a closeout, or they had the CPKS Railroad had a closeout with the fire department on the 30th. We had a supper over at the fire hall, and they went through all the things that took place on that July 6th derailment out of Borgelac. And at this point, they're still cleaning up and trying to reclaim the area. So that was a major 28 car derailment. And our firefighters spent about almost 2 weeks out there at different times, helping with well, of course, there was 6 cars that were on fire, and then helping with the bleeding off all the ammonia. There was 6 or 7 anhydrous ammonia cars that they had to actually leak them or leak it out into the air. So they spent considerable time out there making sure the residents in that area were safe and that the workers out there were safe. So, and of course, along with that, CP Kansas City Railroad gave them a substantial cash donation, and that's greatly appreciated for the time that our volunteer firefighters have spent out there. Ken also indicated that they spent time at Prevention Fire Week here. They went to the school and met with the K through 6th grade and talked about fire prevention and all the things that the fire department does. He also mentioned a couple new young men had agreed to volunteer for the fire department. So they got a couple of young guys that have signed up to be volunteer firemen, and they'll be going through all the necessary schooling. So we greatly appreciate our volunteer fire department. So then with that, I'll just kind of jump into finance and legal. Like I said, our next meeting falls on Veterans Day, November 11th. So we've agreed to change our November meeting to Tuesday, November 12th. And then the city sales tax, it continues to run at a record high number, 1%. We're basically $77,000 ahead for the first 3 quarters of 2024, where we were in 23. And 23 was a record $540,000 from the 1 cent city sales tax. Then with that, we jumped into economic development. Of course, we have a dozen different kind of cookie cutter grants and programs. And so we approved a couple of job credits for Gushis Electric. He was able to hire a couple of apprentice electricians. And then we also approved a commercial building improvement grant for Mid-States Insurance, which is owned by Ryan and Melissa Edwardson. It used to be the old library. And of course, when the library was there, the roof leaked, and it still leaks today. So they were getting a new roof put on that building. And that program is set up that anybody outside of the Main Street block area, we do a 40% match up to $50,000. And then anything throughout the rest of our city off of Main Street, we do a 25% match for building improvements up to $30,000. So it's a great incentive for business owners to want to keep their buildings up to date and keep them modern and just keep them looking good. So then also we approved a couple United for Ukraine sponsorship grants for individuals that are bringing Ukrainian families. In this case, there was two families of 4 that are moving into Carrington that are finding jobs with like Pat Beal Trucking, Car Construction, Golden Acres, and the Chieftain. So we're trying to do a couple deals here with that program, meaning that we're providing humanitarian relief for these war-torn citizens, and then also that they can find employment and fill the business needs that we have in our community. We still have signs up everywhere, help wanted or limited hours in our restaurants because of, not being able to find workers, but it's improving some. Then with that, I'll just jump into the police committee. I guess they continue to be busy, and we got Axon cameras installed in both squad units, but those cameras they tie back to the body cam, so it's more sophisticated and it shows all the activity that an officer might encounter when they're out patrolling our city. And of course, our officers, they continue to enforce our junk ordinance. We have a new junk ordinance that started here this spring, and I'm grateful to the residents. I realize you may get a visit from a police officer or the chief asking you to clean up your property, and I greatly appreciate the fact that most people have responded positively and they've cleaned up their property or they're working on cleaning up their property. So that's greatly appreciated. And of course, we've had discussion on the use of golf carts in our city, and basically we've adopted what the state has for golf carts. They have to be, if you want to drive them, number one, you have to have a driver's license. And then after that, they should be registered with the state and they should have liability insurance on them. So they've been just kind of stopping people. No citations or fines have been written, but they've been just kind of stopping people and reminding them of what the law is and if they can, basically comply with the law. Then lastly, I guess we'll just kind of jump into public works. We've had all of our buildings inspected and all the fire extinguishers within the city's buildings have been inspected and they're working fine. I guess the other thing we had sent out about 3 months ago was the lead service water line survey. That came from our engineering firm, Interstate Engineering, and we have about a 50% response on that. So now in November, the individuals or the residents that did not, and the businesses that did not reply, they will get another chance to reply. But the intent behind this is the federal government has come out and said that all lead service lines, water lines coming in and out of a house or a business need to be replaced within the next 10 years. Well, number one, you have to identify them. So we're trying to get that done. And then there's also, once this gets all identified and we start the process of replacing them, there's an 80% grant out there. So the resident or the business would have to pay 20%. But if we don't acknowledge everything that we have, then that grant program may be limited. So we have to have 100% participation in this. So I would just ask people, if you didn't respond on the first go around, please respond on the next one. And of course, our city crews are out and they continue to paint the crosswalks and different things around the school. And we ended up buying a new painting machine. Our old one was just gummed up. And I told you last time we kind of had some invisible paint. We painted it and then the paint just kind of washed away. But anyway, they continue to paint the crosswalks around the school and all the crossings on our Highway 281. Then as far as the armory goes, we're putting on new flooring on the steps. The tile on the steps was breaking up and was kind of a hazard, so we approved up to $10,000 to remove the tile on the steps that go up into the gymnasium at the armory. So that's going to be closed for a little while there in November. I guess prior to that, the Lions Club and the firemen are having the Armory Haunted House. So that'll be the 2 weekends, the weekend before Halloween and then the weekend of Halloween. And then lastly, with the Public Works, is we're painting a center line down Main Street, and we're also going to paint a center line down the Pasta Plant Road. Just for, basically the Pasta Plant Road is more for snow removal and just there's a lot of truck traffic out there and just for safety purposes there. And then lastly, I would just like to remind everybody that November 5th is election day and that everybody get out and vote. And I know there's some measures on the ballot that are concerning to different entities, especially our city, school, and county, with the one about the property tax. And I guess basically my involvement with city government is we're very reliant upon property tax, for our revenue to provide services for our city. So I personally plan to vote no on that measure, but I understand everybody has their opinion. All I would ask is that people take the time and go out and vote and express your opinion. So with that, that would conclude my report, Greg.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Tom. And let's see, you said the next council meeting will be Tuesday, November 12th, correct?
That's correct. Yep. It's a day
Okay.
later because of observation of Veterans Day on the 11th.
So we'll plan to have you on that Thursday again. Is that okay?
Yep, that'll be fine. We can get it set up and I'll see you then.
Yep. So how long you think how long are you gonna get out to the golf course this month? You think the rest of October, hopefully, maybe November?
Well, yeah. Last year, actually, I looked at some pictures. We golfed on December 8th. My birthday's on December 3rd, and very seldom do you ever golf. I've seen times where we golfed over Thanksgiving, but now, yeah. So yeah, I might. Well, there's a lot of things going on today, so I'm not going to make it out today. But I'm sure there'll be opportunity. And one thing about Carrington, they leave the course open for us diehards that want to bundle up and go out and fight the elements. We can go out and do that. So.
Mhm. All right, sounds good. Well, thanks, Mayor Tom Erdmann. We appreciate it and enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll check in again next month.
All right, Greg. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Discover the charm of Carrington, where community and character come together. Our vibrant community is full of welcoming smiles and unique experiences, from delicious dining and one-of-a-kind shops to lively events and beautiful parks. Join us in celebrating the best of Carrington, where every visit feels like coming home. Come visit the Carrington Chamber and CVB office to learn more about our wonderful town and its amazing businesses. Explore Carrington today and experience the warmth of our community. Hey sports fans, tune in to YourLiveEvent.com for all the action-packed Carrington Cardinal games, streaming live and free. Catch every thrilling moment with our live coverage. Listen to the play-by-play and watch the games unfold right on your screen. Plus, if you missed any of the excitement, don't worry. You can catch up on all previous games at YourLiveEvent.com. Check out the full schedule and never miss a moment of your favorite local Carrington games. Stay tuned and let's go Cardinals!
Right now, Principal Connor Weber for Carrington High School joining us on your live event, Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program. And Connor checks in with us once a month to fill us in and give us a principal's report here on YLE. So thanks, Connor, for joining us. And well, middle of the month, past the middle of the month now. And let's see, Carrington, of course, no school with the conferences going on. And so, but still a lot of stuff to get ready for. You got a few things coming up for Carrington schools, correct?
Yeah, it's always a busy time, but we definitely have some things going on here. Like today, for example, is our last day of our first quarter already. I can't believe that. Flying by. Next week on October 22nd and 23rd, we do have our parent-teacher conferences here at the school. So hopefully we get a lot of parents into the building. We love to see them. We love to open that line of communication with them there and bring them in. And hey, we always have cookies and coffee and treats like that too. So, we invite the parents to come and attend those parent-teacher conferences. Couple other things that we have going on, our national FFA convention. So our FFA students will be heading down to Indianapolis here the 23rd through the 26th of October. That conference is. They'll be taking off, I believe. I believe they take off this weekend actually for that, or early next week. They'll be heading down there. Then we have district volleyball that opens up October 31st already. Playoff football, our boys clinched a playoff spot on Friday night. So that'll be October 26th. They'll play that first playoff game. Hopefully they can put a good run together there. Yeah, a lot of things coming up. One thing I wanted to touch on here, last year we implemented this Vision Zero School program here at Carrington, and we have some student leaders that really take the lead in that. We have not gotten off to a start with a lot of things happening so far with that, but I just wanted to let the community know that is something that is going to be much more prevalent here as we work into November and December. Our contact at the state has been out a little bit, and we're trying to get rolling with that, but we are a Vision Zero school. We still have our statements in the games and our posters around the school, and a couple different activities coming up with that that we'll be taking part in too. I think those are my main updates coming up here. Like you said, we don't have school, Thursday or Friday with our fall conferences in Bismarck. Very busy time out there in Bismarck, getting a lot of state updates, getting to learn a few new things. Really good time out there in Bismarck, but no school for the kids. And then we'll come back on Monday the 21st and start quarter 2 already. So
Okay, sounds great. Well, thanks for that update, Connor. And we've had you on a couple times here. We never really got to know Connor Weber, the background for Connor. So we got to get to that. Tell us, where are you from? Give us kind of the info there.
yeah. Well, I'm originally from Thompson, North Dakota. I grew up there. I have a lot of family members that still live in Thompson. In fact, my mom is in year 40 teaching at the Thompson Public School. My dad works at the University of North Dakota, so a lot of family there in town. My brother and sister still live in the area. I actually went to school originally to be a business major. Played football and baseball in college, then transferred into Mayville State, got an education degree, and went to UND to get my master's degree, in educational leadership. I taught up in Edmore, North Dakota right away. And I went to Northwood, and then I ended up here in Carrington, and absolutely thankful for the way that this path has played out for me. Just very honored to be in Carrington.
And let's see, starting your second year or third year now in town here?
This is my 3rd year in town already. Time's flying, but time flies when you're having fun. So it's been really good. For my wife and I, it's been a really busy process, right? So the first year that I got the job, we got married that September 3rd, and then we had my wife had her first son last August. So every year we've had something big going on in our lives too. It's been crazy, it's been hectic, but it's been a lot of fun, like I said, and that's why I think the time goes by so fast. But yeah, it's been good.
So what kind of responsibilities to high school principal, maybe kind of give us a day in the life of Connor as a principal in Carrington here?
Day in a life, good question. So it changes every day. That's one thing I love about this job is no 2 days ever look the same. I try to get to the school between 7:30, 7:45. We get a little rundown on maybe an attendance report or things that are going to be happening that day. Might have to talk to a few students, maybe some class situations going on, maybe some other things happening, taking care of that. Then we're working on trying to support the teachers. I feel like, the biggest way to describe my job is being support to the teachers and the students, being there for them. And I try to reiterate that with them a lot. If you ever need something from me, I keep my door open all the time. Come talk to me, come see me. And I say the same things to parents too. If you ever have a concern or a question, give me a call, come in and see me. That's what I'm here for, is to help. And I want to be that support person and help in any way that I can, whether it's academics, if it's, maybe things happening here, there, or otherwhere, whatever I can do to help. I'm going to try to do that to the best of my ability. And that's what I try to take pride in. So that's kind of what it looks like. It changes every day. The afternoon might be, stepping into a classroom, doing something, checking out, maybe helping a teacher with a thing here or there, whatever they need. It's always changing, and it seems to go by really fast. So it's been great.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much, Connor. We appreciate that update and giving us a little background and everything. Since it's interesting to hear, and I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings shirt and the sign.
Yeah. It was, the Vikings thing, last time I was on here, we talked about before the Packers game, I believe. We were kind of talking about it, and, whether good or not, I'm a big fan, and it provides actually a great opportunity for kids or people in the community to open that line of conversation, talking about something like the Vikings, and it's been great, and I just can't wait to see how this season rolls. Typically in the past for the Vikings, it's been a soul-crushing experience. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, gotta wear my Viking stuff whenever I can. So
Now, I'd ask you, are you a Twins fan too?
I'm a Twins fan.
Yeah,
That's
that's good.
how soul crushing as the Twins can be the way they finished this year.
Yeah.
It's interesting now. I see they're potentially selling the team. We'll see
Oh,
what
I
happens.
know.
Big baseball fan. Like I said, I played college football and baseball there. So football and baseball are my main ones. I don't really follow pro basketball. I love college basketball, but yes, I if I'm at home watching TV, if my wife doesn't have the TV on a Hallmark show or something, it's usually some sports. So it's pretty great. So
Oh, this Christmas, I think they're already playing already on Hallmark, I think.
well, I went through our DVR thing and I saw a couple of Christmas movies already. So I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
But we'll get to it. I know they do it Christmas in July. I mean, it's pretty much all year for them, but no, it's good. It's pretty predictable how those movies are gonna go, but it is what it is. So
Yep. All right. Well, thanks, Connor. We appreciate the update, and thanks for taking time and chatting with us here on YLE. And enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your time in the capital city, and we'll chat again next month, and that will be middle of November already. So,
no, I appreciate you having me on, and good luck to all our teams coming up here, and go Cardinals.
all right, sounds good. Thanks so much. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Laurie Dietz from the Carrington Chamber joins us on the Chatter program. Carrington Cardinal Community Chatter program, heard right here on yourliveevent.com every Thursday night. And Laurie checks in with us once a week to let us all know what's happening in Carrington. So thanks, Laurie, for joining us. We always appreciate it. And yeah, it's past mid-October, about mid-October here. And, it's still looking pretty nice out there, right?
Yeah, we're all smiling because it's not 2 feet of snow on the ground.
It's always in the back of your head.
Living the dream over here in North Dakota.
Yeah. Always in the back of your mind, it's like, oh, when is it coming? It's gonna come. So you just never know. But yeah.
Have you been listening? I think it's supposed to be more moisture, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll be a lot of snow, or because I think a little bit cold too, right, this winter. So
Yeah.
cold and snow. So
Mhm.
that's just North Dakota winter, and we'll live through another one.
Oh yeah. No
Cussing
kidding.
and swearing under our breath.
Right. Yeah.
Why do I live here? No.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's seems to help the farmers. Like soybeans are going, corn's going. So
Yes,
dry or
it's
wet, yeah.
great for harvest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I
So,
think we could use some rain, but that'll
Yeah.
probably come, or else it'll be white. But yeah, things are pretty darn dry out there. So it was go, go, go all the way through. So
mhm.
yeah, so it's
Yep.
Teachers Convention weekend, so we'll see what everybody's up to, or if people are around, or if they're off to visit people, or what they're doing. Over at the Carrington Youth Center Theater this weekend is Transformers 1, so get the kids over there and enjoy that movie. They start at 7 p.m. We want to talk a little bit about the support for Shanna Barone's cancer benefit. That's set up for Saturday, October 26th at the Armory, and that'll go from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And some of the things going on will be food, of course, that's free will offering. They're going to have some fundraiser ideas there, 50-50 raffle, silent auction, raffle items, meat raffle. You don't see that around here as often as other places, meat raffle, a bake sale, a wine pull, and a lot more. And so if you want to donate, contact Tony Erickson at 650-7069 or Chrissy Larson at 652-5831. And they'd love to have some donations for that cancer benefit. So the whole town's kind of rallying behind her, as we do when something happens that, we all need to get together and help that family. So that's happening on Saturday, October 26th at the Armory. And like I said, food and lots of ways to donate or take part in some of those fun things. And then the next day after that, Sunday, October 27th, is National Honor Society Halloween Food Drive from 5 to 7 p.m. And it's door to door. So if you're not home, you could leave your items on your doorstep for pickup. All donations will go to Carrington's Daily Bread Food Pantry. And the only thing I would say is if it's 10 below by Sunday, October 27th, you probably don't want to leave your stuff out on the steps. Otherwise, that's a good idea.
Mhm.
And now we're gearing up for Halloween. Lots of fun things happening. We got the haunted fallout shelter at the Armory with many performances or times when you can attend. We've got Trunk or Treat on Main Street. Golden Acres is having trick-or-treaters to come by from 4:30 to 5:30 on Halloween. We've got over at Milestones Learning Center, they're going to do a little trunk and treat in their parking lot. And then they have the haunted hallway, more for the little kids, but still fun. And then I think they're also having a dance as well. So we'll talk a little bit more about Halloween next week, but we would sure like to see Main Street filled with trunks and treats. Of course, if the weather, always with the weather, if it does turn nasty, or like if we have snow, or if it's a really bitterly cold day, we will be moving over to the Armory, which we have done in the past. We've had to move indoors if it's just inclement weather. So, but yeah, lots of stuff going on. So that'll be fun. And then, of course, we want to remind people that Christmas Cash program will be starting very soon. This is the loan program where you can go to Bank Forward, Community Credit Union, or Gate City Bank and borrow up to $2,000 and receive 10% free that you don't have to pay back.
Nice.
There's no interest on the loan. You have 10 months to pay it back. And then we have a long list of chamber members where you can spend that Christmas cash. So that's right around the corner here.
Yeah. Yep, a little over a couple months away. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. People have been asking about Christmas around the town, and that'll be December 2nd. Usually always traditionally the first Monday of December. So, and then in between all that is Thanksgiving. So
Yep. Can't forget about that.
who cooks the turkey at your house, Greg?
Oh, Anna. Yeah. Anna does a good job. Yep. I help a little bit. So, yep.
Yeah, we always go to our daughters too. Everybody kind of brings stuff and makes it a big meal. So that's nice. And they make turkey and ribs. So
Ooh.
yeah, something if you're not a turkey fan, then of course there's the ribs. So yeah. So if you want more information on any of their happenings, or if you have questions about anything going on in town, give us a call, 652-2524, or stop by 871 Main Street, or shoot me an email, chambergal@dactel.com.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Laurie. Appreciate the update and for joining us here. We always appreciate it. So enjoy the rest of your day, and then we'll check in next week, Thursday, right?
Yes, don't the weeks just fly by?
Yeah, they go faster and faster.
I said when you're up at the top of the hill or like over the hill like me, it's like a roller coaster. All of a sudden you just speed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but I tell you, the days just go by so fast.
Yeah, no kidding. Yep. Yeah. So
Well, you have a great week.
Yep, you too. We'll talk next week. Thanks, Laurie.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye.